Hey guys, it's Ria here with today's message from the heart. And like I always say, these cards are all images of Mother Earth outside, all organic to Mother Earth, most of them. Just pictures that I find when I'm out running, and they're all in the shapes of heart because they're all based in love, and they're all messages helping us to align to our heart energy. And these messages pertain to everybody because Mother Earth is a reflection of us. And because we are all connected, we can all decipher every message in some way, shape, or form that applies to our own heart energy, in either clearing or focusing in on a certain energy or expanding upon a certain energy. It's all to help us tune into the heart energy, because the heart is the bridge of the spiritual and the physical, of heaven and earth. The heart is connected to all time, which there really is no time, but the heart is connected to all realms of who you are, all aspects, all parallel realities, all dimensions, everything. The heart is the center, it is the source, and it is the creator of all. So what we have here today, this is the card that presented itself. It's a seaweed on the beach, and you can see that it's a single little like blade all intertwined here in the shape of a heart, and it's against the sand. Sand's wet, looks liquidy, so it's got to be, not in the winter. And a lot of times the water itself represents emotions. To me, the sand represents grounding. It represents Mother Earth. It represents the physical manifestation of the heart energy, manifesting, creating on the physical level. And when it is the sand, you know how the sand has lots of different little granules, lots of little specks. To me, that can represent the oneness as us as humanity, but also the oneness of us in all dimensions and all realities. As you affect your personal now time, you are affecting all universes, all aspects of you, all versions of you happening all at the same time. So the title of this card here, it's titled Release. And it says, emotional pain lets us know we are stuck in an old belief system. It is begging for release to allow movement into freedom. It is a call for us to expand our consciousness. As we shift beyond limiting thought forms, we expand into a greater awareness of love. So what this card is telling us is those times where we feel emotionally stuck, emotionally down, emotionally depressed, sad, having the same stories run through our mind. It is letting us know that those energy forms based in those emotions need to expand, transmute, transcend the perception that we are applying to it. So if you're really, really unhappy about something, and that's based on what you think, whatever the situation is, or say it's a relationship, it's because you're limiting your thoughts. So you're keeping it kind of in this little ball here. And when you keep it in a ball, sometimes you only have the what you would consider negative aspects on it. But what that pain is telling you, or that distress or that unease, is that it kind of wants to get out of, it's like a seed wanting to sprout or burst forth. It wants to come out and allow, see, the more light and expand into higher vibrations and frequencies. So an emotion that feels bad and old pain is because we're running the same story through our mind. It could be that we think you'll never have the relationship you want, or I'll never get recognized in my job, or the loss of a loved one, or a loss of a relationship, or having to leave your home, or your kids leaving home, or any of that kind of stuff. It's because you're placing limitations on your thought forms, which produce an emotion, a negativity. And not that sadness is necessarily negative, because when you're sad and you cry, that's part of the process of releasing all those energies, and then you create space for clearing. So that's a beautiful process in itself. But once you do that, you kind of want to create space to move on, or to take those same emotions and expand upon them. Say you had to move, or you got let go of a job, or a company quit, or your business failed. That thinking, staying in the thought of, oh, it failed, that's blah, 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 and all the bad stuff, I should have did this, I should have did that, or that shouldn't have happened, or I blame so-and-so, those kind of thoughts are really limiting, and they keep you here. But instead, if you take a little bit higher of a perspective or a thought and say, hey, this, I know when one door closes, another door opens. When the leaves fall and all the trees lose their leaves in the fall and everything is dead in the winter, new life comes in the spring. Energy never ends. It only continues and continues to expand and grow and transcend. And that's what emotions are telling us. And emotions are based on our perception of our thoughts and things that have happened to us. And when they're based in love, they feel good. They feel not limiting. So a lot of times when you have emotions that aren't feeling good, it's just letting you know, hey, you're not in alignment to how God, higher self, your heart sees the total situation. Because the way God sees things is always through love and light, and sees the positive, and sees how that incident has expanded you into something greater, and how it's all expanding in love and consciousness, and it's always transforming and growing. And that's how God sees it, just like God sees every one of us and every one of you, and even the people that you see or dislike, I'll say. He sees them in perfect eyes and love and light. And so when we're not seeing a situation through those eyes, it just is letting us know, hey, you got to expand your perception a little bit, and maybe take a third person point of view, where you can actually, step outside of yourself, see yourself and how you feel and your emotions. And as that third person, or even what you consider God's self, see how you could find the higher vibration and the higher frequency of the situation that is causing you distress. And that will help you to raise the consciousness, not just in your own life, and to manifest new life, new opportunities, abundance in your life. It also connects to everybody. It connects to the collective consciousness when you can expand those limitations, because all those limiting beliefs that are causing, the emotions that feel bad or depressed and horrible, and you just feel stuck, and you feel sad, and you feel kind of withered, like you're withering away. Those are just because those beliefs that they're based in need to grow, and they need to expand, not stay stuck. Just like, things have to transcend and transform, just like, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It goes into a space, but then has to come out and spread its wings. It can't stay in that little cocoon, or it will never experience the new life and take flight. Same with a baby, a newborn. They can't stay, even though they're super duper beautiful and just so beautiful little, they have to grow, and they got to go through their expansion. And as they leave the infant or the toddler or the preschool or the school-age child, as they leave and progress with each step, they had to let go of the old self in order to embrace the new self, the new circumstances, life to come, relationships to come, new places to experience. So, not to get too long-winded, it's just telling us in this card too, as we shift beyond limiting thoughts, we expand into greater consciousness of love. And that's exactly what we're doing when we're taking our emotions, feeling it, process it, but let it leave and find the higher reasoning for something. And even if you don't know it, when you state it in trust and faith, it is that way. It is for a good reason, whatever it is you're going through. And it is for your greatest joy and happiness, as always. And what this card is telling us, to me, this is like a single blade of, it looks like a single blade. Maybe it's two, but it looks, you know, it's this piece of seaweed turning around and going into different shapes to form a heart. And to me, it represents how life takes you on a journey. You go this way, you're going up, but then you feel like you're going down, and then it might take a unexpected path this way. But the path, wherever the path is, whether it feels high or whether it feels low, whether it's more in the light part of the sand or whether it's delving into a little bit of darkness or unknown territory, it always is for the higher reasoning of love and to expand love and for you to enjoy love, not as a victim to expand love for all, but as a participant who gets to reap the rewards of going through those different paths and transformations. It's not like, it might sometimes, like you don't see the light because you're over here in the shadows, in the dark, but it gives you an opportunity to take this energy and then move it right back up into the light. And to me, this little circle here as part of the heart represents wholeness. Wholeness. When you take this journey in trust and faith and always reaching for the higher vibration and frequency of love and light, you become whole. You are whole and you're complete. You have to experience the ups as much as the downs. But when you're down, it's a time to look within, time to heal, time to release old beliefs, old emotions in order to rise up again. And then what you do is you ground all this awesome energy of love and light on the earth, on the physical plane. And this here looks like it's wetness. I don't know if it's shadow or wetness, but it's darker. And that can represent, you know, the deeper emotions, the sad, the tears, the pain, the unknown, the questions, feelings of failure, all that kind of stuff down here. But you got to kind of let it release, let it wash away. Embrace it, accept it, but release it, let it go. And in order to embrace higher levels of awareness and experience and discoveries of self. All right, guys, hopefully this connected to somebody out there. And even within this picture, like even down here, it's hard to see, but you know, if I turn it this way, you can almost see this little form of heart too. Even in the delves of delving into darkness or emotional pain, that too, it's always based in love to take you to a greater love. I love that. It's like intertwining of different hearts within the picture. And then here it's almost like, you know, you get the infinity. It goes on forever and ever. There is no time. So that's another thing to remember. The greatest illusion is death, because there is no death. It's just transmuting and transcending energies and just expanding upon it. Just like a leaf when it falls to the ground in the fall and it disintegrates and decomposes, it's not gone. It's nourishing the earth, nourishing the roots of the tree that's there, and then you know what? New leaves sprout. And we're all connected through that energy. All right, guys, thanks for listening and have an awesome day.